The best spices in the world from a chef in North Carolina? Welcome back, Forkers. Janello here for another unboxing episode. We have got something fantastic, I hope, to open today. We're gonna see how these stack up against some of the spices that I've had right off the tree in spice farms in India. We're really excited. Let's get right into this video. I found out about Meherwan Irani, who is a very prolific chef in Ashville, North Carolina. He has, I think, 4 or 5 restaurants, and now he has Spicewalla, his spice company. Now, you know that I get super psyched on the branding, so let's see what we got in here. I got an order sheet. Let's move that out of the way. So I got a 3-pack. Garam Masala, which is your sort of traditional, common spice mixture. Tandoori Masala, and the Madras Curry powder. Now I was really excited about the Madras Curry powder because I've never been to Madras, and that's exciting. So quick thing about Indian spices and their masalas. So masala really just means a mixture. In this case, sort of a special blend. So garam masala, every family has a different garam masala. Sort of like in the Italian culture, everybody has a different sauce or gravy recipe. Flipping this over to the front, this is where it gets really excited because the branding on this thing is super awesome. These little guys inside, let's pull them out. That is the cutest. Here's the Madras Curry powder. And then last but not least, and first on the list, the Garam Masala. So let's talk ingredients for a second. I'm gonna read them off to you one by one. So in the Garam Masala, we've got black pepper, cinnamon, cardamom, clove, cumin, coriander, star anise, bay leaves, chilies, doesn't say what kind, and black cardamom. So the first cardamom I mentioned was green cardamom. And then coriander, just so you understand this, is the same thing as cilantro, but the seeds from it is coriander seeds, and then coriander itself is what in the Latin cuisine is called cilantro, the leaves from it. But the seeds from that is coriander. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, this makes sense. It's sealed inside of a little, not really sealed. Oh, wow. I can smell it already. I mean, it just shot up, bang, hit me right in the mouth. I'll sort of show you what that looks like. All right, you got it there. Let's give it to you there. Right off the smell, you get the cardamom, you get a lot of cinnamon, you get some serious clove, and maybe a little star anise, maybe a little chili at the end there. So, garam masala. Okay. All the things that garam masala are supposed to be. If you've ever had it before, it tastes just like that. In that taste, you get a lot of cardamom, which is just a big part of what garam masala is. But I do get all the other spices and ingredients that are in there, and it lingers on your tongue. The heat kind of comes up a little bit after you first get a taste. The thing with tasting, so this is just gonna blow my palate out. So it's gonna be really hard to taste because I'm gonna taste one, and then I'm gonna have that taste in my mouth while I'm tasting the second one. So we're gonna get some water, and probably milk, they say does this. You know, I might get milk too, hang on. And the milk really just because it's basic, right? It's not an acid, so it'll neutralize more than just water will. So let's wash this out. Yeah, I'm gonna try the milk. I think the milk works better. I'm gonna use the milk each time now. Yeah, but I can still feel sort of the spice in that garam masala that lays on my tongue. It lingers there, and it comes in afterwards. So you first get a hit. On first taste, boom, you get cardamom. And then as it lingers there for another couple seconds, then you're starting to get a little tingle of the heat, and then all the other spices that are sort of melded into that come through. And then as that dies, the heat just sort of stays there on your tongue, which is nice. All right, second up, Tandoor Masala has Kashmiri chilies, cumin, coriander again, cardamom, ginger, fenugreek leaves. Fenugreek is an interesting spice that most people don't hear about. It's sort of like an oregano. It looks like an oregano. It's sort of smells like an oregano, but it has a distinct flavor of its own. After the fenugreek, we've got fennel, black pepper, and garlic. It smells like the things that come out of a tandoor. This is a little more yellow in color, probably from the ginger. Wow, take a look at that guy. It smells like just what comes out of the tandoor, and I don't know what the thing is that's in it that makes me connect to tandoor, but it's doing its job, or it's doing its namesake. All right. Oh yeah, I mean, wow. That's outrageous. It's got everything that I've ever that tandoor when I've been in like Mumbai or Bangalore, and I'm in a joint where like tandoor is just in the center of the restaurant, and it's just constantly cooking up chicken and lamb and things like that. You get that smoke that comes out, and it always has that taste is in the smell of the smoke, and the whole restaurant smells like that. And then you put that first bite of tandoori chicken or whatever it is in your mouth, and boom, you get that same thing, just permeates through your whole tongue, taste buds, everything. So I gotta figure out what that is. I will say the freshness of these spices it's incredible. It does bring me back to the spice farm in India. Goa in particular, I did a whole spice farm thing. I think there's an old video that maybe I'll link if I can figure out how to do that, to me on the spice farm. It'll be a younger me for sure, but nevertheless, we'll see if we can find some footage of that. Maybe I'll clip it in. Last but not least, the one I said I was really excited for, the Madras Curry powder. Inside of this, coriander, turmeric, cumin, fennel, fenugreek, black pepper, granulated garlic, cassia cinnamon, so a very particular kind of cinnamon. Cassia, I believe, is a region. I could be wrong about that. Cloves, cayenne, which is a pepper, and spices. All right, where are we now? Oh wow, that has a interesting, very interesting smell. What do we got going on here? I mean, turmeric doesn't really smell like much of anything. Maybe the cassis cinnamon is a little different. I feel like I'm getting something sweet there, but it's not cinnamon sweet. This one's a very similar color than to the tandoori, so it's not as yellow as I thought it was going to be. All right, more milk. Yeah, okay. I think we're ready. I think we're cleansed. You know what? I'm gonna do water too. That's the way you go. Milk neutralizes, water cleans it out. All right. So milder in terms of like spice. When people say Indian food is spicy, I think everybody thinks it's hot. or a lot of people think it's hot. It's not a lot of it is very hot. You can make it as hot or not as you want depending on who's cooking it and kind of what part of India you're in. It gets a little hotter, I feel like, in the south. Anyway, that's a different story. But my point here is that the other two were very spicy. Not spicy hot, but spicy in that the ingredients came through, like you could feel them all really strongly. This is a little bit milder, believe it or not, to the other two. It's hotter though, so it has a spicier, hotter, a hotter spice to it. So probably the spiciest of all of them, which I kind of expected, it being a curry as opposed to a masala. The masalas, I don't know if this is in the definition of this, but the masalas tend to be more of the sort of flavor spicy, and the curries tend to be a little bit more of the hot spicy. As I opened each one, just the freshness of the spices, and I know you don't think about spices being super fresh all that much, but honestly, most of us have spices that are so far gone just because they don't smell bad and they don't go bad. They just lose their strength. And so we keep using them, but we're really not getting the full impact of the flavors that we can have. Spices generally probably could last you, stored correctly, a year and a half before they start to like really get into that place where you're losing flavor. But some of us have spices that are like 5-6 years old, and so yes, they'll still be spicy, but it's just not as fresh as this. So now that we've tasted all three of them, now we got to do something with them. And I got just the thing. Let me show you. I got these lamb shoulders. I'm going to spice one of them with each of the spices. Pure. We're just going to go pure. Now, it's not necessarily supposed to be used in this way. Specifically, garam masala usually is mixed into a bunch of other things, and there's something liquidy in there or thickening, like a yogurt, whether it's you're going to use it for a marinade or you're going to use it in sort of the mixture itself. But just to do a proper taste test with another ingredient, we're going to do lamb shoulder garam masala, lamb shoulder tandoori masala, and lamb shoulder curry powder, Madras curry powder. So we've got these spiced up and bagged up. We got the garam masala, we got the tandoori, we got the Madras curry, and we've got a no spice, just for control. I'll probably put a little salt and pepper on that. But we're gonna let them marinate overnight, and then tomorrow we're gonna fire them up on the grill for lunch. Hey guys, welcome to lunch. We're gonna get to tasting. Because I wanna remember which is which, I'm gonna move the tape down to the bottom of the tasting board. All right, now the key is to also put them on the grill in that same order. Because once they get cooking, you're not gonna be able to tell which is which. Oh yeah, she's nice and hot. All right, those should be about 3 minutes aside, and then we're ready to taste. So what's so exciting about this all to me is that Spicewalla was invented from this chef who wanted to bring his homemade recipes, which in this case means his spice mixtures, together and put them out into the world so that I could try what his mom or his auntie was making when he was growing up. So that means that buying individual spices like turmeric and cardamom, etc., you can't have a lot of variance in that. And so therefore you don't get as much story. And in this 3 set that I got, each one is a story of where that garam masala came from, and where that Madras curry powder came from and why they put those different ratios of those spices together. So even though the next family over, or the next city over, or the whole other part of India may have a totally different version, it's still generally the same, but each one of those is a whole different, new, and evolving story, and that's super exciting. I think we're about ready to flip. Let's go take a look. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The smells coming off of this, I mean, mouth-watering. Fork, knife, let's get into this. 2 minutes. All right, I think it's time. We'll get these babies off the grill. In order. So that's the no spice. This is the garam. This is the tandoor. Ooh, got myself there. I got myself. And last but not least, the Madras. All right, we're just gonna let these rest for a couple minutes, and then we'll get to cutting. All right, here we are, tasting time. Now, I've been debating how I'm gonna do this. Am I gonna go into just the pure first, or do I go right into something that has flavor on it? I think that we're gonna go into just the clean one. Just to get us used to that lamb flavor. Okay, now we got a baseline going. I think next we'll go in order. We'll go in order. So next we're gonna go Garam Masala. A nice piece of that. It's good. It's nice. It's nice. This isn't about doneness. This is about, although it's done very nicely, I just like to toot toot, but this is about the flavors. Okay, so Garam Masala. Remember, this is not very hot spicy, but there's lots of bold flavors in there. Cardamom being one of the bigger ones. Yep. You know, it gets real sweet on the meat. That's interesting. But you get the cardamom, you get some of those other distinct flavors that are in there. I like that. I mean, I put that on lamb, I put that on chicken, grill it up, good to go. Moving on to tandoori. I'm comparing it to other things. So this has this like I said this yesterday, I think. There's a thing about tandoors where it's like the steam and the smell of the smoke that comes out, and this hits that flavor profile, that smell, that whatever. I don't want to be all fancy flavor profile. Just like it smells like the really good Indian food coming out of a tandoor. Yeah. It's one of these spices, I don't even know what it is, that gives it that zip. There's something about it. I mean, I want another bite of that, but we gotta go in order here. All right, last but not the least, moving into the Madras curry powder, the one I said I've been the most excited about this whole time. And again, I don't know if you're supposed to mix that into some yogurt or something liquidy that then becomes the marinade in it, but we wanted to go flavor by flavor, so here we go with Madras curry. Oh yeah, nice. Remember when I said it's a little hot? It's a little like it has a little spicy hotness to it, but you don't get that until after you take a bite, and it's really sort of first touch on your tongue. That is the mildest. Like it's the least amount of bold spice, and the least amount of hits you with individual flavors right away. With these other two, you get that, right? This one's got that tandoori zing that I don't know what it is, but it's so very tandoor. And the garam masala does that with the cardamom because it's coming through like super, super huge. But this is like mild. And then when it sits on your tongue a little bit, it leaves you with this little lingering spice, this little lingering heat spice that I love. Very exciting. I mean, that's great. I can't pick a favorite, and that was not the point of this video. The point of this video was to share this Spicewalla brand of spices, again, out of North Carolina. Holds up right up there with the spices that I've had at a spice farm in India. Now, I understand that these spices didn't come from North Carolina. The takeaway here is you can go to the markets in India and you can see all those little beautiful pirouettes of colored spices, and you can buy your little bits in here and little bits in there, and you're gonna get some pretty good spices. And you should definitely do that, because the journey and the experience and the story of doing that is well worth it. But pound for pound, you want a good spice, this cuts the mustard. I mean, Spicewalla does the thing. The spices are super fresh, and the blends, more important than anything, the blends are on point. I'm gonna get into a little bit more of this tandoor one, and then maybe these become some leftovers. But thanks for staying till the end. If you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next episode. Later, Forkers.